Hello and thank you for joining me today. Today I'm going to show you how to do this little fabric Christmas tree. It's just a little cone that I had from an old thread. So if you buy the thread in the big containers like this is just the center out of it. I covered up the bottom, I glued on some fabric, added some little snowflake decorations. Figured my tree needed a topper. I didn't have a star, so I had this in my stash. And then I just put some wire around the top to just kind of cover up whatever might not have been covered with the material. So without further ado, let's get into this. Happy crafting. Hey everybody. So these are the supplies you're going to need to be making your little fabric tree. So I'm just using this cone that I got out of I do a lot of sewing and I buy the big spools of thread from wherever, and when they're empty, this is what you're left with. And of course I always try to come up with something to do with this stuff. When I seen that, I thought, yeah, that could be a tree. So that's what we're going to try doing today. So you're going to need a cone of some sort. You could also use a piece of cardstock, roll it up to make a cone shape. They're just little, you're just gluing little pieces of fabric on, so it's not going to take it's not going to be heavy or anything. So you could do that, or you could try to find the styrofoam. I don't know if they make styrofoam trees this small, but that's an option. I'm also going to use E6000 and hot glue. So when you're using E6000, it takes a while for it to dry, but when it dries, it's clear and it's strong, really strong. So what I like to do is I'll put some E6000 on the cone, and then as I'm attaching the little pieces of fabric, I'll actually put a little dollop of hot glue here and stick it on. The reason I do the hot glue is it's an immediate stick, but then the E6000 will make sure it's going to stay on there and it's not going to come off. So that's what I'm going to do. So E6000 hot glue gun. I'm going to put some E6000 into a little container and just use a paintbrush to paint it on, just so that I don't have to leave this open for very long. I also have a little piece of felt that I've cut. It just measures the bottom, just so that it's got some protection on the bottom and it just finishes it up. And the other thing you're going to need is a whole bunch of little tiny pieces of fabric. So these are just some scrap fabrics that I had. I've cut up a whole bunch of different colors, and I'm going to glue these onto the cone. And hopefully it'll come out looking like a tree. Now the other thing is, once I get up to the very top, I'm going to put some sort of a tree topper on. I just don't know what I'm going to use yet. So that will be a surprise, I guess. All right, so let's get into it. So get some of this stuff out of the way. So the first thing I'm going to do, the other thing is, when I got this cone, it didn't have a base on it and I wanted a base. So I just cut a little piece of plastic canvas and hot glued it onto the bottom, just so that because otherwise it's hollow. Okay, so that's all I've done here. So let's take our E6000 and put some into this. Now E6000 is very stinky. If you've never used it before, they do say you should use it in a well-ventilated area. Outside would be preferable. So I'm going to start with that. Stop. There we go. I'll start with that, and I'll probably need some more, but that's what we'll start with. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paintbrush and I'm going to just put, not a whole bunch, but put some glue on here. Oh yeah, it's very stinky stuff. And then all I'm going to do, get something for this to lay on so it doesn't roll away on me. I'm just going to take a pencil or a pokey object, and I'm just going to wrap it around the end of the pencil so we get the material in there like that. Put a little bit of glue on here, and then just stick it onto the Okay, yeah, so I'm just going to stick this on here, and I'm going to start about, I don't know, a little ways up, just so that I don't want my tree to flop out a whole bunch. So a little dab of glue in there and fold it over. So I'm just going to continue doing that all the way around for the base. So if you're not going to use E6000, just put a little dab of glue onto the tree, onto the cone, a little bit of hot glue on the inside, and then just keep going around. Choose different colors, mix it up. As you can see, I've got some light colors, I've got some dark colors. So a little bit of glue there, put some in there, and then just fold it over. Yeah. So I'm just going to continue around. When I get to the end, I will come back and I will show you how to do the next part. All right, so I've decided that you could use E6000, but really the hot glue is going to make these stick on here and they're not going to come off. So this is what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to use the hot glue, no E6000. I'm not sure if I mentioned, but these little strips, depending on the size of your tree, I just kind of took a pair of scissors and figured, oh, okay, maybe 2 inches, we'll do that. And then, as you can see, some of them are a little skinnier, some of them are a little wider. Just make it your own tree. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start on another layer here. So I'm going to go up a little ways, put some hot glue, and then just stick it on. And then I just put a little bit on the inside just to hold that down. And we'll just keep going around. And then I'm just mixing up my colors. No rhyme or reason on my tree. Just going to be kind of a mishmash, kind of like a tree of many colors, I guess. Yeah, so I'm just going to keep going around. I'll continue on, and when I get up here, I'll stop and I'll show you how it looks and how we're doing. Okay, so here I am back with my little tree. I've got it all done, except for the last couple ones. So I'll just quickly go through and put those on. Put a little bit of glue. Stick it on where you want it. Put a little bit of glue. And then fold it over. Okay, and then I'll put one more just to kind of close up that gap. Okay, and like that. Ow. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the inside just to hold that down. All right, so while I was doing this, I was thinking about what I had in my craft room, and I don't have any little stars or anything to put on the top of my tree, but I've got this little guy here. It's just a little ornament. So I put some red sparkle glue on top of his hat just to spruce it up a little bit, and then I thought I might just put him on top here. Now that I'm looking at this, I see all these pink hearts. I think I'm going to take some of my red glitter glue. Again, this is one that I picked up at the dollar store. And I think I'm just going to put some of that on those red hearts. Sorry, on the pink hearts. Okay, so just a little bit of glue. And I do have a little paintbrush out here if I need it, just to help me work it around. Actually, a Q-tip or a toothpick would work really great. But I'm just going to work that around a little bit, cover up that pink. Yeah, I think that'll look good. Now, I have to be very careful that I don't wipe it all off as I'm turning it around here. Okay, so I'll just quickly do this. There's 2 done. Oh, that was a lot. Get that worked around here. Okay, and then I've got 1 more to go here. 1 more to go without smearing it all off. Alright, so a little bit of glue. I've used this glitter glue on quite a few different projects actually. It works great on fabric or on wood. And I mean, the price is right. You can't beat it when you can buy your supplies, craft supplies at the dollar store. Obviously you can't get everything there, but alright. There we go. Oh, I think I'm going to have to take some off of this one. There's just a lot. Oh well. Use my hand as a palette. Why not, right? And then I'll just spread this out a little bit here. There, that looks better. Alright, so like I said, that's going to be the topper for the tree. And I'm just going to get a cloth and wipe this off. Okay. So basically all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my hot glue gun and I'm going to attach that little topper to the top of this here. So all I'm going to do is he doesn't fit completely on there, but you know what, he's going to look cute. I think it's going to be cute. So I think the easiest would be to run some glue around here. And we'll just put them on. Squish it around, make sure he's stuck on there. Right. Just need to put a little bit over on this side. There we go. Yeah, that's going to be kind of cute. So then what else I thought I would do is I have these little snowflakes. They're just little tiny snowflakes, and they do have a little bit of a sticker on the back. I don't know if you can see that. I've already taken the papers off. I don't trust that that would be enough to hold it on here, so I think I'm just going to put some kind of all over the place. So just put a little dab of glue here, and then just going to put them on randomly, just like that. And I'm not going to squish it in real tight because I don't want it to distort the material if I can help it. So just a little bit of glue and just find a spot and put it on there like that. So I'm just going to do that all the way around here. If I could stop dropping them. Okay, I think we need one up here. And maybe one back here. That. You could have, if you had some little tiny beads, you know, you could glue some beads on here and make it look like Christmas balls, little ornaments. Okay, so I've got a couple left. I'll see if I don't know if I'm going to use them all, but I think we need one about there. And let's have a look and see here. Try not to touch the topper there. I think we need one up here. There, right about there. Well, I've got one more here, so we might as well use it. I'm sure I can find a spot for it. Right down here. Oh boy, right there. All right, so there we have our cute little tree that you can just set on a shelf. I think he's kind of cute. All right, so the last thing I did is I just took some silver tinsely wire that I had here, and I just wrapped it around the top just to kind of hide the gap and stuff that was happening there. I think that kind of helps to finish it off. So the last thing we need to do is just to put our little piece of black felt onto the bottom of the little tree. So I'm just going to put a bunch of glue on here and then just put the base on, just like that. Get it all centered up. That's just to, you know, makes it a little quieter. So I think it's all done, and I'm quite happy with how it turned out. I think he's kind of cute. Kind of looks like a little snowman tree. So if you try this, I would love to see it. You could pop on over to my Facebook page and show me some of your creations. Anytime you create anything, I would love to see it. I do so many different crafts that I just love to see what everyone else is doing. It inspires me and gives me something to look forward to and something to see, something that's different. So have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now. Happy crafting.